Hey, okay, let me see. See if it's gonna be some peoples. No, it's kind of late. I was supposed to get this done, but technical difficulties. Okay, I'll take one person in this mug. All right. What I should have done was announce. Okay, there's one person. All right. What's up? This Jay Lavonne Red Cup Chronicles, the very first episode as a podcast. For my anchor people, sorry to repeat myself. I'm just setting everything up. You see, I still got my Red Cup brewing. I'm just chilling. So the last episode was called She Smashed a Homie, where we was talking about the whole situation with Faith and Stevie J. I have not done Red Cup Chronicles since 2018. Now we're in the new year, everything. We're going to have new and hot topics, everything. So my this episode is called Surviving the Culture. Yeah, I guess y'all all watched the whole show with R. Kelly. I've done my research on it. My co-host, who is through my phone, he's not going to go live. He's through my phone. Say hi to the people, David.
Quit calling me that, man. You know that ain't my damn name. What up, y'all?
All right, say it again, David.
What's up, y'all? This Villaville from the Ville, a.k.a. Villa. What up, y'all? This David Smith on Facebook. Follow you, boy. Hit me on Instagram at Talented Villa. What up, y'all?
All right, so as I continue this, so I did my research on the whole R. Kelly thing. Oh my God, I'm getting some sage after that. That dude's spirit is crazy. Red Cup, right? So
Gotta cleanse your soul after that, huh?
I had to cleanse my soul because you listen to his music as a kid and he's like, "Yay, R. Kelly," and you listen to his music now.
Oh, hold up, though. You gotta be a freaky kid to be like, yeah, R. Kelly.
But you know how some kids listen to the sound, they don't listen to the words.
Yeah,
That's what I mean by that, David. So
that boy had some tracks, too. He did have tracks.
yes, he did have some tracks. So it's this whole thing about surviving R. Kelly when a group of women just explained their abuse by R. Kelly. And I'm not gonna lie, some of the stories I was like, dang, that's really messed up. And then there were some stories when I was like, is she lying? Because I found receipts like one of the girls, Lisa Van Allen, for example. They stopped filming in May, but August of the same year, she like in a throwback picture. It was like a throwback recording of I Wish video about R. Kelly. And during the episode, one of the women, Javante Cunningham, just dropped the ball, said that R. Kelly had sex with Aaliyah. Now everybody was talking that stuff because they saw the marriage certificate of Aaliyah lying that saying that she was 18 when she was really 15, and 27-year-old R. Kelly. Another story that I think is kind of fishy is the Savages. Oh Lord, oh my God, oh don't get me started on the Savages. It's just so amazing. Years and years later, people keep on screaming, this man is creepy, this man is dirty for 30-something odd years, and he's still making hits, he's still doing him, he's living his best life. The reason that I know some of the stuff that he did is true because I have a Facebook friend who's actually from Chicago, who's around my age, if not a little bit younger than me, who actually watched R. Kelly recruit some of her best friends from the high school, hanging out at McDonald's and stuff. So, dude is a creep. Dude is a creep. But when you listen to these stories and how all these women were so in awe with R. Kelly, I'm sorry if you dated R. Kelly after the whole Aaliyah scandal and you seen the marriage certificate of Aaliyah and R. Kelly after Aaliyah died, which I thought was kind of stupid. Why would Vibe post that doggone certificate when she died? And that was what had me like, so during my research, I listened to a few of his songs. And it was a song called I Like to Crouch on You. And he was talking about women's bodies and everything. And then what part that had me like 18 or over or 16 or under. And I wonder. I was like, what are you doing talking about 16-year-old under bodies? I ain't listened to his music much, to be honest. I was done with him when he said, don't put your daughter in front of me and say it's okay, and then you don't get no money out of me. And that song, I admit.
At the end, though. That was at the end, though. That was all the way at the end, though.
I'm like.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that was at the end.
Right. So, it was like so many instances that R. Kelly been telling on himself for years. And I realized that stuff. I'm like, where was I at? What rock was I hiding under? I was like, where I been? Like, I just listened to the song early today called Guilty Until Proven Innocent with him and Jay-Z. And I listened to the hook. You try to charge me, but I'm not guilty. I'm like, you try to charge me now, but I'm not guilty. And then that whole hook. What you try to charge me, but I'm not guilty. I'm not guilty. What do y'all want from me? I'm not guilty. I'm going to get away with this. So I was like, oh my God, which rock has I been hiding under? This dude be telling on himself. And I find it so amazing how so many people scream the same thing about him for years. Now this show came out. Now everybody looking at him different. And then the show came out on his birthday weekend. He's walking around with some 19-year-old talking about some F everybody. I don't care. You know, Red Cup.
Hey, man.
So
the waters are so murky with this situation, man. Like, you don't know, man. You just don't know.
You don't know what's true because one of the women, Ashanti McGee, was proven to be a liar by her daughter and her ex-husband, saying that they're working with people trying to extort money from the man. Now, if you're trying to, it's like there's a lot of victims out there that are actual victims who are scared to speak out. And for some of these people try to extort money out this man, I'm not saying he didn't do it. Because in Deja Vu's voice, Beretta did that shit. He did something. Let's go say he did something because we don't know because we're not there with him. So if you're going around lying, crying, rape, and then when the real victim come out and say, I've been raped and nobody want to listen to her, that's because the one who cried wolf messed it up for everybody else. But if you are lying and extorting money, shame on you because he probably have real victims out there that are scared to speak out because they've been tortured by this man for so long. Like my favorite story of that was that girl Dominique Gardner. The one he made look like a boy. It like she was a beautiful girl, pretty. But they said she was kind of tomboyish. So he made her cut all her hair out. She's thugged out with a bunch of tattoos. And she looks like a straight boy. And I'm like, OMG, I'm trying to hold this. Okay, that's a good way. Okay, I like this better. Trying to hold this, trying to hold the Red Cup, trying to hold the tablet, using my phone. I'm like, I'm like a little machine over here. So, but here's the thing. They keep comparing R. Kelly to Kevin Spacey. When they found out about Kevin Spacey abusing little boys, there was no more House of Cards. It was right before season 6 came out. I'm like, I like House of Cards. I like the president and Claire and what crooked stuff the president was doing. But turns out President was doing crooked stuff in real life. That whole thing about Harvey Weinstein, you don't hear from him no more. Oh, the dad from Seventh Heaven.
I really heard from him in the first damn place. He was just the man. He just was the man at the company.
Exactly. So
you like he was an actor or some shit. You feel me? Like
right.
Nigga wasn't really the out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he was a big ass creep too.
And the guy from Steven Dorff, the guy from Seventh Heaven, he went ghost after they found him out. So when people are
hey, I don't think that's Steven Dorff. Steven Dorff, the dude from Blade.
Okay, I know his Stephen Collins. That's his name. Stephen Collins. That's the Seventh Heaven guy name. Stephen Collins. You're right. It's not Steven Dorff. I knew it was Steven somewhere, but you know. I knew it was a Steven. I knew it was a Steven. So everybody comparing them to these white men because they don't have a show saying surviving Harvey Weinstein. They feel that it's the same thing they tried to do to Bill Cosby, try to mess up Bill Cosby's legacy. No, he messed up his own legacy by his actions. Nobody messed with his legacy but him. And us as black people, we need to stop.
Man, look, that one lady that looked like Richard Simmons. She had an interview right after he went to jail talking about he didn't slip her the pills. She took them herself to get more relaxed.
See, people out on Bill Cosby, so they think the whole Bill Cosby. I didn't believe that much about Bill Cosby because how you say Bill Cosby did that to you? You calling him at 3 o'clock in the morning and his wife answering the phone.
Like, man, like, you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
I don't really know, man. Like,
we don't know what's going on. But people are so quick to lie and all this other stuff. You never know what's happening within closed doors. And this thing with R. Kelly, with this thing with R. Kelly, is not an exception because they said he had sex with Leah. They said that, it was this one interview, said that they found a picture of Sparkle, which was one of the women who spoke out against him, and some black panties with some other women while she's speaking out against him in public on these radio shows and stuff. So, it's like pot calling kettle black situation.
That's crazy.
And the same token, people need to stop making excuses for certain people. Like, I was actually hurt listening to some of the details. Like, you bastard. The research made me cry. I listened to some of his music. He got some nice little hits. I'm not going to lie to that about R. I'm not taking that R. Kelly. I'm not taking his talent away. He is like, R. Kelly is a rare artist where if he wants you to feel something through his songs, you're going to feel like Step in the Name of Some Love. You dance. Bump and grind.
To not be able to listen to R. Kelly no more is a big chunk out of anybody catalog if you a music lover.
Yes.
Like, man, to have to scratch R. Kelly. That's a lot of songs, man.
And even with some of the songs that he wrote. For people.
That's a lot of songs, man, to be like, I can't listen to these no more.
Exactly. So, he still needs to be muted. Like I say, there's a Facebook friend, she's been very consistent throughout the whole thing, said that he does these things. Like, there was a mute R. Kelly thing when he came to St. Louis last August, and he was taking pictures with teenage girls at the Galleria. Red Cup.
R. Kelly, one of the, man, look, man, that's just, man, I don't know, man. I ain't making no excuses for the man.
I know.
Everything he do go sound weird, man.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, anything he do go seem like, man, and then R. Kelly was, and then he was, and then he was. Like, man, I'm so tired of seeing that.
I'm kind of worn out, and my co-host did not want to watch the show because he felt that it would mess up a black man's legacy. So I took the liberty of watching it.
I ain't want to watch the show. I ain't want to watch the show because I already knew about the shit, and I wasn't finna be outraged because Lifetime told me to be outraged. I had already already.
It's not
Man, I
funny.
can't listen to
This
this man
serious
music
subject,
the
by the
same.
way.
What else I'm gonna do to the man? Like shit, I can't not listen to his music the same.
Yeah.
Shit.
Like, when I think of the word 12 play now, I think of a 12-step program to an addiction.
Damn.
Um,
Damn. Now, I ain't even never think about that. Like, damn. That's deep.
a lot of his stuff is deep. He said 18 and over or 16 and under.
I don't remember that one, man, but I don't.
It's the song is on 12 Play album, and the song is called "I Like to Crouch on You." And I listened to this stuff. I'm like, wow, this is amazing. This is amazing. Like, a big chunk of my childhood and stuff is surrounded around R. Kelly's music. But you know what? I'm going to end this right here because we all know the facts about R. Kelly. We all know about this man's music. My favorite part is still Roxanne. You don't have to turn a red light on and make a rain remix. I still love his voice on it. And then the octaves that he hits. So I'm going to end this segment. I watched a lot of his videos. I would listen to a lot of his songs. I would watch. And then what interests me into the whole surviving R. Kelly thing was it's this book called Sex Me by Daddy's Little Freak. The stuff that he was doing, hey Keno, stuff that he was doing, I'm like, ew, like it was a part in there where, I'll get a little graphic for a second. There's a part in there where after he busted her cherry, he had wedding rings.
What?
Yes. Look up red rings. I'm not saying it on this.
I know about that, man. Yeah, I mean, hey.
He was getting his red wing thing on, and I'm saying like,
I mean, shit, anybody, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you could pretty much guess what it is. I mean, you just guess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, yeah, man. Like.
And then the way she went into straight.
I want to say this, though.
All right.
Do you think that people are more outraged about his bedside manner than what he really was like? You feel me? Like, because if you really listen to his music,
right,
and the accusations, this stuff been around, and we still let him come back and listen to music again. Like, Ignition Remix was after the tape. You know what I'm saying? Like, Step in the Name of Love was after the tape.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Best of Both Worlds also.
Outraged about the kind of things that he was into behind closed doors.
Yeah. And it's just...
And we just judging him on that. And it's like...
It's just creepy now. It's just creepy now. Like, they even said it on Survivor R. Kelly. He will always have some type of inspiration for his songs. Like that song, You're Not Long, that he did for Michael Jackson, was because one of his girlfriends had a miscarriage. I Believe I Can Fly, he used to go over Michael Jordan's house, kick it, play basketball. When they was doing Space Jam, he saw clips of Michael Jordan playing basketball. I believe I could fly. I believe I could touch the sky. So
that boy was drawing that inspiration.
He always had inspiration, and some of the girls would say he'll write songs about them.
Man, I told you what I thought about seems like you ready early.
Don't get me started, bro. Don't get me started. Don't get me started, man. True subliminals.
Say they when he was writing everybody's music, like he was dropping mad subliminals.
Even in the music that he wrote for people. So, right, David. Oh shoot! Now Now my video. Now my video, but it won't be live. Record. Don't. All right, my live is back. Yay, live is back. Ooh ooh. So he, like you stated right before the thing went out, he was king of subliminals. But if you did watch that Surviving R. Kelly, it was one of those things you could not stop watching. The different details, the different, it would really, it would kind of shock you, but not shock you. Now it's to the point I'm starting to think that R. Kelly's crib is like Crystal Lake. Hello? 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 Now I gotta check on my podcast. Alright. Alright. David. David. Okay, I got me an inbox. Okay, what's going on? We got cut off. Alright, cool. Alright. I'm gonna try to connect back. Alright, first my inbox. First, my live got cut. My live had reconnect. So I'm gonna try to reconnect my podcast with this live. So I'm still here, so you're gonna watch me. All right, send. I'm just gonna have to. I know what I have to do. I know exactly what I'm gonna have to do. Let me record. Go ahead, add through my. Since I know how to work a podcast now, so that's always exciting. All right, All right, so I just sent the link to my co-host. So again, I'm Jay Lavonne. We're doing this episode. No, this episode is not all about R. Kelly. It's just the R. Kelly show, Red Cup. It's just the inspiration for everything. And as soon as my stuff get together, everything would be at one. So I'm going to have to do a little something. Hello?
Yo.
Alright, so podcast now connected with this live. So what I was just saying is that this is not the R. Kelly show. R. Kelly is the inspiration for this whole thing. R. Kelly is not the only man who likes young girls, by the way. He's just the face of the whole Me Too movement. I guess they say they got a couple of white boys now. Now let's get a black person down. No, this is not a white and black thing because we've been hearing about this dude for years. I had a friend who was the bodyguard at the Beano a long time ago. And he's seen 16, 17-year-old girls in line for R. Kelly. He felt so uncomfortable. He said, look, give me my money. I'm going home. And that's exactly what he did. He took his money and went home. So, there's some truth to this whole thing. And the reason I'm saying there's some truth to it because I'm not trying to be sued. Like, they were saying, look, you want to hear something wild, David? Hello? What the Hello? Hello? Alright. I'm going to connect again. Alright. Let me connect again. If you see this big old light over my face, that means I'm trying to connect this podcast thingy. And yep. At least I know how to work a podcast now. And I'm so proud of myself. Alright, so they were saying that R. Kelly was messing with Aaliyah and her mama. That part, I don't think is that true. But I've watched different blogs on YouTube about this whole thing. If he did mess with Aaliyah and her mom, whatever. Because Aaliyah's mom said that, oh, I was with my daughter everywhere. This stuff didn't happen. You can't watch your kid 24/7, man. I don't care who you are.
And why he have to marry her is my question.
No, they was trying. Well, what the case with that was, she got pregnant, and he was trying to avoid going to jail. That's what I got from that whole thing. Bits and pieces of the different blogs I've watched, different things that I would watch on YouTube and throughout the show. That was an unfortunate situation to me about the whole thing. That was unfortunate. So I'm going to let you take over the show and explain the culture part, because culture loves youth. R. Kelly ain't the only one. Harvey Weinstein ain't the only one. So I'm on this live. So the voice you're going to hear is my co-host voice, and I'm just going to hold y'all look at me a little bit, because he explained the culture. I told you this is a 2-part type episode, because there's so much to talk about when it comes to the culture, young girls, R. Kelly, keep it on download, I don't see nothing wrong with bump and grind type stuff.
Man, look, when it comes to that, man,
Right.
I wouldn't say it's a whole entire culture. It's just the way of the world, man. Like,
True.
But young is young, but illegally young is a whole nother thing.
And I think that's why it's such an outrage, because they were illegal. But that's why I don't think that he's going to jail, because a lot of those girls was like 17, 18, 19. Not the past girls, but the present girls.
Rape got a statute of limitations on it, too.
Yeah.
Like, you feel me? Like,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Whew.
I don't know.
Trying to hold this tablet and the phone at the same time is fun. Okay,
but you know what? Once they want you, though, if they want you, they gonna find a way to get you, though.
Yeah. Sad, but very unfortunate.
One thing, man. If they want you, they gonna find a way to get you.
Extremely unfortunate. That is extremely unfortunate. And it's sad, like Bill Cosby, they waited till this man is like blind to finally say something about the Quaaludes and stuff.
That man, we don't even know if he was for real flipping people, because the main person, that damn lady, that was the main face of this, that said this, it was a video that I witnessed with my own 2 eyes of this woman saying that she took the shit on the film.
So with this whole thing, and this is I'm holding a phone with the podcast, I'm holding the tablet with the live.
We was all wondering why the fuck Bill Cosby just was down to go to jail so easy too.
Yeah. But that's
still on my mind. Why the fuck was this motherfucker just so cool with going to jail?
But this is the most unfortunate part of this whole thing with the Bill Cosby, the Harvey Weinstein. You don't know what to believe, because so many things could be smeared by the media. It's almost like you have to be there and to believe it, or be there and been told that this has happened. And that's what I'm tired of.
Check this out. Because once you get up to that high,
right,
motherfuckers is paying you to go away, man. They ain't even paying you because they feel like they did something to you, man.
Oh, did you hear about the Chris Brown thing in France?
Yes, man. They said the police didn't even find the girl credible.
And he just bought the masters to his music. Just bought the masters. Right. So Red Cup's still flowing. It's still right there. I'm just juggling different things.
I just don't know.
And the thing is, what's so unfortunate about the whole thing, we'll never know. And it is, we'll never know.
Motherfucker could twist the truth for a little change, man.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Because, man, once you get up there like that, man, I'm telling you, motherfuckers is paying you to go away, man. Like, settling out of court.
Woo.
Sexual misconduct. What is sexual misconduct?
Really? You asking that?
Nah, like, that's like a broad range, ain't it?
It can be.
Not assault. Not harassment. Misconduct.
Well.
Yeah, just think about that. That's like
But this is why people should always try to tell the truth and stop lying so much. Because the real victims are, and that's what makes me mad about the R. Kelly case, because the real victims are not getting the proper help because it's a sideshow now.
But it's real women that be lying at the same time.
Men lie too.
Yeah, but we talking about this though, like sexual misconduct, and you feel me?
Yeah,
Like this some shit that you ain't supposed to be playing with, but we know that it happens though.
true.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm like, man, that's a lot of responsibility to bestow on women. Like, but some women will look you dead in the eye and tell you a motherfucking lie.
As long as you're a mammal that's a Homo sapien, you will lie at least once in your life.
But I'm talking about this though. You feel me?
Yeah.
About some shit like a motherfucker taking something from them that you can't put a price on,
Right.
type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like lying is lying. You know, you can run up on some lying motherfuckers in your lifetime. You know what I'm saying? Some motherfuckers just be lying. They just got a problem with lying. But lying about shit like this though, like
It ain't nothing to play with. You're playing with somebody's life when
yeah,
you're playing with somebody's life.
exactly.
Playing with
They
somebody's life.
throw around loosely too, like the word bullying. Motherfuckers just throw bullying around like it ain't shit no more. Like motherfuckers just throw bullying around like it's nothing. We throw the word bully around like man,
Woo.
like a frisbee, like shit.
Okay. Holding. So I don't feel that this is an R. Kelly thing. I feel this whole thing going on is a culture thing.
I don't think it's a culture thing because it been around. Like you see the movies when they be like, he traded her in for a younger model. This ain't even this the world, man. This reality, man. Like, but it ain't.
All right. Great. All right. Let's go. All right. My live just got reconnected. Let's go see if my podcast part
But
would.
what you talking about creep culture? Because that might.
Oh my! Hello. 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 All right. I'm trying to get my podcast back on. Oh gosh, I need two more arms for what I'm doing. If you really knew what's going on with these walls. Okay, cool. All right, we're gonna wait till my co-host come back. I'm gonna wrap this up pretty soon because there's so much to talk about when it comes to surviving the culture. Let me see if this dude gonna get on. If he ain't gonna get on, I'm gonna close it. I'm gonna have to close it. I gotta go to sleep for work tomorrow morning. Oh, Lord. Alright. Let me see. I'm gonna give this around a minute for him to reconnect. If he does not reconnect, I'm just gonna end this. I'm just gonna have to end this and put on my bonnet and go to bed. I was half asleep trying to set everything up, trying to learn how to use this app for with my podcast. I was like, oh. So just want to give y'all a house show, first show of 2019. The purpose of this episode. This is not a laughing matter. This is hello? Alright. Oh God. Oh God, no. Alright, cool. The purpose of this thing, called this episode Red Cup Chronicles. There are real victims out there who are being abused. And with different stories of being fabricated throughout the media, the real victims are not getting the help that they're supposed to. I've stated before that I'm actually a domestic abuse survivor. So when you hear his ex-wife talking, defending him, sometimes you will defend your abuser because you put your time into this person, you put your heart into this person, and you cannot believe that this person will hurt you. When love is supposed to be kind, love does not hurt. And this is what's wrong with this world today when people are taking different settlements for stuff like this. This country of America have this pay for my pain mentality. And that needs to stop. Because every time somebody get hurt, you get paid for it. It's going to make you wonder, are you being hurt because you hurt, or are you being hurt because you're looking for a paycheck? And that guilty until proven innocent song, there's a part that say, I get hit in the bottle, you get hit in the bottle in the club, you think I'm going to buy you a car? So, for all the victims, man, woman, Gumby, I'm sorry about your abuse. Abuse doesn't feel good at all. Those who are lying abuse, shame on you, because the victims are not getting the help that they want. That they need for real. There's real people out there that's been hurt by this man. I have a friend who's been consistent in telling about what's going on in Chicago. It's a shame how so many people have to say something in order for people to really believe that people are being hurt. Because everybody will lie, just for a paycheck. Like, really, you don't want to go to work? You want to hurt somebody in order to get money instead of going to work and earning it yourself? Really? This is serious here. Like, earlier, it was a couple of jokes. We were not laughing at the situation. We were just laughing at the different characters that goes on. I'm going to have to close this episode. It's been real. It's been fun. The first episode that became a podcast of Red Cup Chronicles after me doing it for over a year. So, you've been hurt and you're still healing your pain? Raise your red cup. You got a job? Raise your red cup. Bills in your name, rubbing nickels and pennies together. Raise your red cup. On a serious note, get the help that you need. Stop having this mentality, profit from my pain. That's why a lot of people are sweeping this whole R. Kelly situation under the rug, because of the mentality that some of these women had. Profit from my pain. Love y'all. Thank y'all. Until next week, this is Red Cup Chronicles, your host Jay Lavonne. My co-host who got disconnected through the podcast, David. Deuces, y'all.